Imagine a country where no child below the age of 16 years is found engrossed on a tablet or on a phone. Well, Australia has taken the lead.
I'm really supportive of the social media ban for under 16-year-olds.
Kids are definitely going to try work around it. I would be surprised if they didn't.
But now a global debate has sparked off after the country banned social media for those below 16 years of age. I'm going to tell you in this video what the reactions have been from within the country. There are experts from Melbourne Institute of Psychological Sciences who have weighed in after having studied the pros and cons of this. And there are others who are looking at it more from an enforcement angle. How about those who it directly impacts, the below 16-year-olds? What do they say? And also, how about parents, those who are actually supposed to monitor the social media consumption, but now the government has decided to take on that role. So let's get started.
This will make an enormous difference. It is one of the biggest social and cultural changes that our nation has faced.
You're watching Free Press Journal, and do share and subscribe to the channel if you want more such content. The idea here is to give you clarity on a subject that has really been spoken about a lot in drawing rooms, but then to make sense of it, this is the platform that you need to subscribe to. This is going to be the litmus test. Australia has become the guinea pig in a way. And if this works, others could follow suit. Is it progressive? Is it an overreach of the government and its control? First, I want to play out for you what the Australian Prime Minister believes, why this rule is important. Let's listen.
This is world leading. This is Australia showing enough is enough. Australians who've lost a son or a daughter. Australians who have seen the direct impact of social media causing social harm for their families, for their communities. People who have had the courage to take what is a personal tragedy and turn that into a commitment and determination that others who will follow will not go through the traumatic experience that they have. It's a profound reform which will continue to reverberate around the world in coming months to assist not just this generation but generations to come.
In this debate over safety versus freedom, where do parents stand? What do they think? Because it's not just about exercising control on your children. There could be an impact which is not visible on us right now. There are those who express concerns that children always find a way to subvert the system. They find a way around. Here are some of the grown-ups, the adults in Australia, and their way of looking at this social media ban.
I think safety would be the biggest one. There's obviously a lot of scary people behind the internet, and I think kids under the age of 16 are very vulnerable to being coerced into speaking to people or doing things that maybe they don't really know is right or wrong. So I think for that aspect, it provides safety for the younger kids.
I think it's a government with great intentions, but absolutely no idea on how to actually enact it. So they want to do the right thing, to protect young people is a great idea, but it's absolutely unenforceable. You give any teenager any VPN, like they have 50 ways to go around the ban on social media, and yet what it does do is it restricts freedom from everyone else.
Experts have also sounded off a warning with regards to enforcement. In fact, many believe that this is actually short-sightedness. It's never going to work out because this sort of a ban can never work simply because of the various different ways that exist that can allow you access one way or the other. And children today are smart enough, teenagers are smart enough to figure out. So what are the enforcement concerns? Let's listen in.
Kids are definitely going to try work around it. I would be surprised if they didn't. As for whether it will be effective, we'll see. One advantage of any efforts to put more friction between young people and the social media, young under the age of 16, is that arguably social media is fun to the extent that your friends are on it. So if you have an increasingly fractured social media landscape where there's a lot of friction in trying to get on there and talk with each other, then the alternatives, which are the kind of in-person, physical, non-algorithm mediated social arenas that the government is trying to encourage, those become more attractive.
The problem happens with parents is when they try to ban and control their children from something that others have access to. But if no one has access, then that problem is eliminated. This is one of the arguments that is being presented. Listening.
Look, I'm really supportive of the social media ban for under 16-year-olds. I think when we look at the stats, anxiety levels going through the roof, teen suicide, depression, all these sort of things that, not fully caused by social media, but definitely exacerbated. So I think it's a great thing.
So what happens next? Well, clearly this will be a test case. Australia has paved the way, and one is now bound to study this entire process, because this will then become the sample for the others, a case study as it were, for other countries to understand whether such a ban has really helped and whether it has really indeed freed up that mind space for teenagers to do other things. And if it was necessary, a lot of parents say that after all, social media is junk food for the mind, and that must be eliminated. Thanks for watching. Do continue to watch Free Press Journal on YouTube and put in your comments on what you think about the social media ban.